Hello guys, welcome to my new conceptual monologue, Be Happy and Successful. I hope you will like it. People write about personal success and happiness. They say it is not quite the same. Tell me something. Do you want to be successful and unhappy? What would that mean? That you are foolish, don't you think? So then, would you prefer to be happy rather than successful? What does it mean? That being a loser doesn't prevent you from being a happy person? I do not think so. What I think is that a lot of nonsense is being written just now about the subject, and that people do not understand success. They do not have a clue of what it really is. To start with, I'm not talking about winning a contest or passing an exam. I'm talking about personal success, the one of a lifetime. If you want to know more, be welcome and follow me through the next lines. Young people talk about success. They want to be successful without having a clear idea of what it means. As a matter of fact, it really is a controversial concept. And why is that so? The concept of personal success is neither objective nor really timeless, as one could believe. It changes according to societies and the ethic and moral principles which characterize them. It is a major issue to see how so many people name success without having the slightest idea of what they are talking about. Since the first half of the 20th century, savage capitalism or the complicity of television made a vile product out of a sound yearning. The first marketing mercenaries of the new material world created a misconstrued concept, making young people believe that triumphing was affording a nowadays outdated concept of luxury, such as driving an expensive car, wearing a high-priced wristwatch, smoking cigars, drinking aged spirits in your own bar, and getting a beauty's harem with a snap of your fingers. In English, as well as French or Italian and Portuguese, success stems from the Latin successus, which comes next, while in Spanish, éxito comes from the Latin exitus, exit as a result of an action. And what comes after talent, if not its social recognition at personal level and final exploitation in the professional and/or commercial fields? But success can also develop, thanks God, in absence of a specific talent by virtue of the predisposition and capability of a person in focusing on a given matter and then undertaking, driven by passion or through calculated self-interest, the achievement of well-defined goals. What does success really mean? It is primarily a profound and inner feeling, result of a satisfactory accomplishment of self-defined objectives through action strategies in accordance with your own personality. They have to be in accordance with your own personality because you do things that you like. You will be all the more successful that you will accomplish activities that you really are passionate for. It is intrinsically ephemeral because once he attains the assigned goals, the human being is rather fast at integrating the fruit of success and thus create a different equilibrium, a new comfort zone, until the next self-questioning. People who are newly experiencing success feel identified with their own inner self and fulfilled by life through what they have been able to achieve in it. As you can see, there is an intimate link between personal success and happiness, but you have to understand what personal success really means. If you believe now that personal success doesn't go with happiness, it's just because you think in terms of money or power. You are mistaken, so please keep on reading. Success might also result and bounce back through perception of people who know you either personally or by virtue of communication media. If I do not feel successful, even potentially so, because I have a low self-esteem or for any other reason, it becomes almost impossible for my relatives to convince me of the contrary. Or it is just the other way around. I know a path that I want to follow, but my people say I'm crazy or delusional. Do you know that? Because I have experienced that personally. We could say that a certain predisposition to success does exist, as well as a predisposition to failure. At least at the beginning, it depends a lot on the familiar circle, education, and the social entourage. That is why it is so important to grow centered and build a strong character with a high self-esteem which should prevail in the long run. Building a strong character is also key to shape your temper in order to be able to make the due corrections needed for your own self, your family life, as well as your social and personal development. Usually, a dialectical process stems from what people see in you on one hand and your own personal perception of what you are capable of or have achieved already on the other hand. The feedback produced by the familiar circle, the social entourage, or a given public can strongly influence the opinion and expectations about oneself. To such extent, it creates a fictional sensation, which can be so negative it might lead to self-destruction, or so exalting it becomes dangerous for the achiever and his future. That means expectation is a key word to understand personal success. And expectations are very much related to our identity, social and personal, and self-esteem. But you cannot live on wishful expectations, and the day has come to be bold enough to upgrade them into real intentions. Social success is either a mere consequence of some achievement or the outcome of a strategy meant to get accepted by a specific social circle in order to play a starring role in it. It's interesting to mention it because in that second case, the goal consists in reaching a perceived success within a specific entourage by working the person's image through self-promotion and public relations. Reaching social success can be a goal by itself, a personal satisfaction, or can also correspond to the first step towards an objective in the long run, might it be business profit or any asset. Although fame and success are linked concepts, they are very different in essence. Success can produce fame when it creates a recognition that exceeds private circles to expand and reach a critical mass commercially exploitable. Thanks to marketing, the person becomes a product, and his or her achieved popularity gets proportional to the potential added value which can be extracted. Personal success can grow then into profitable commercial fame, which always carries hidden dangers for the achiever, mainly coming from the media exposure and a lot of strain demanded by protagonism. Whereas success generally has a positive and constructive connotation, fame can carry negative aspects and be the result of random or even criminal behavior. Edith Piaf was discovered singing in the street. An entrepreneur decided that she could become a star, and he was right because she had an immense talent. But originally, she was discovered by chance. It's not something she had the intention to become. And people like Al Capone, Pablo Escobar, Bonnie and Clyde, well, you know the story. As against success, fame emerges as an independent concept, although it can stem from it or accidentally be its main cause. As a matter of fact, it can emerge from failure or defeat. Think of Goliath, General Custer, the Titanic, and it can also emerge from death. People like Franz Kafka, Edgar Allan Poe, and more recently John Kennedy Toole and Stieg Larsson, all writers, became famous after they died. On account of the increasing materialism of our times, success is a concept which has grown very misconstrued and distorted. Every day, people confuses it with power, fame, and the size of their wallet. You know, the social status which can be reached through those external signs of wealth and notoriety, they can be called success. But those signs do not necessarily characterize an individual who is or feels successful, not to mention satisfied with his own life. The immorality that grows with materialism is causing terrible drifts, bringing up careers and positions with the appearance of success, which give way to corruption. When this happens, societies produce dishonorable leaders, lacking of professional ethics, experts in elusive amalgamation, and whose behaviors show a total absence of empathy and respect towards people. Some public figures have neither success or fame, but infamy. They truly believe they are successful, but as a matter of fact, they are victims of a pathologic disorder. They are sociopaths. For those who don't suffer that pathology and still have a bit of conscience, their fate will consist in living a total lie. So, my friends, to keep the mental, moral, and spiritual sustainability, money and power cannot stand as a life objective. They always end up by producing a corrupter effect of personal integrity. Like cancer, obsessions such as social climbing, or arrivism, workaholism, and money addiction invade and destroy our common sense as well as the healthy balance of a harmonious life. How do we reach personal success? Well, first of all, we need integrity and solid values. Life is not an easy voyage. There are many unforeseen circumstances, many difficulties such as storm, so we need a solid boat. We also need a strong character with positive and focused attitude to hold on our route to reach that wonderful and safe haven we are bound for. Entrepreneurial spirit and will to improve are also a must. A real entrepreneur never shies away from effort and is always ready to learn from experience. We need a balanced personality. We cannot only think of our financial situation or our profession. We also need to be a family man or woman. We need to take care of our children. We need to think in terms of transcendence, mysticism too. Humility and self-esteem are very, very important. In life, you have ups and downs. When you stay humble, you stay open to other people. You always have that connection that is so useful in life. talent and measure are also very, very useful and necessary. When you have talent, you stay away from addictions. You know, excess is not success. And finally, love, dedication, and perseverance are very, very useful, very necessary to reach the personal success we are aiming for. If we don't have a specific talent, those, dedication and perseverance, will do. Success should be the result of a natural and healthy desire to improve in life. It is fully comprehensible that a person strive to transcend her or his social position. What's not acceptable is to try and make it at any cost. You need strong values as much as you need a strong boat to sail through the storms that will be coming no matter what. Dedicated passion and perseverance are keywords to success, as I already told you. To try and make it a long-term right, the person who conducted a successful action has to constantly aim for new objectives through updated, achieving strategies. So here comes the wheel of success. So here comes the wheel of success. It will be your job to put it into motion. Everything starts with self-questioning. You have doubts, you're not happy where you are, so you create new expectations. This phase is very important because by creating new expectations, you create a B point from where you are. You are in A and you want to go to B. Until you stay with expectations, you are going to remain at a level of wishful thought. But as soon as you transform an expectation into an intention, you start creating your own future. At least the first step of it. An intention is already a way to go somewhere. You have to make out of that intention a goal, an objective. And to reach that objective, you have to make a plan. You have to make plans. You have to organize yourself in order to set a strategy, a life strategy to go from that point A to the new point B that you are envisioning. So that makes of yourself a man of action, an entrepreneur of your own personal success. You see, that is a very important phase. You become a man of action and you already are on your path to personal success. So you're going to create objectives little by little. You can start by envisioning a new house, a new job, or creating your own business. It doesn't matter, or even smaller goals. What is really important is that you start moving that wheel. And you'd better never stop moving it, because this is the wheel of success. And once you reach your goal, you will feel comfort. You will feel a new identification, because you will be happy about yourself. So for a while, you'll stay put, and you will enjoy the new position you have reached. But then, after a while, a new phase of self-questioning will start, hopefully, and this is the wheel of success, a never-ending rolling ball. The major challenge is eventually to have the upper hand on your worst nemesis, which happens to be yourself. You know, we are our worst enemy, ourselves. Therefore, a strong character and a consistent personality are crucial to yield individual success in its long-term version. Social conditions can limit the scope of success at early life stages. By getting older, if a person's abilities as an individual keep growing, such conditions become less relevant through learning and experience. But that doesn't mean you can expand that scope ad infinitum, as people often do when they have suffered childhood deprivation. Ominous consequences will result from such a relentless search. So staying humble when success comes is a matter of importance because it's a relative and ephemeral condition. Remember, you can tell a good sportsman by the way he wins, but a great one by the way he loses. So many factors stay out of human control, and losing battles is part of the game. What really matters is staying focused and never give up your dreams. In adverse circumstances, success will all the more be smiling again as the individual enjoys a solid family life and has known how to maintain in force all the functions of a genuine and harmonious existence. Be yourself, stay happy, and never stop making plans. After all, it's your job to make a perfect couple out of success and happiness.